what's up? It's your boy Big Game James, and you are inside the Chop Shop. Alongside of me is my main man, the musicologist, A. Reed.
What up?
The buff nerd, Jay Stoggs.
Flex on him, bro.
Hey man, from the shoulder down,
Don't do that.
You like you'll
Don't
kick
do
some
that.
ass, dog.
I can. See these trapezoidals? See these things, man? Clack, clack, clack.
Did you say trapezoidals?
That's what they're called, sir. They didn't teach you that in Nevada, I know.
Trapezoid.
But right here, trapezoid.
Nah, why you always want to attack my school? I don't ever say nothing about Clark, Atlanta, and y'all not be able to reach endowment and keep football programs around.
That's not us. That's Morris Brown. That's Morris Brown.
Oh, my bad.
That's Morris Brown.
Just
Don't
I
ever
right.
compare us to Morris Brown. That's Morris
I
Brown.
got confused.
You know what I'm saying? And first, and then next of all, look at man. I am a graduate. I'm a proud graduate of University of Maryland, University College. Let's go. I don't know what the mascot.
Man, you done went to 95 schools. I don't know where you graduated from, bro.
What's up?
Like,
it's all like schools.
like you're if schools was a dog, you'd be a mutt. Is that hard?
Ouch.
Reed face. I didn't mean that harshly. Did it sound harsh?
It sounded very harsh.
Oh,
It did sound harsh.
Let me sincerely apologize
no,
for
don't apologize.
not a goddamn thing. I'm so
There
sorry.
you go. Thanks.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
Yeah. I see that.
Anyway, man, the sports world. This guy here. Hey, the sports world is on fire, y'all. And
Good.
last night,
Burn it all.
them Burlstein Celtics got them brooms out and swept the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
And the words of my boy Big Low. What the world, Bo?
Hey man.
What the hell happened with the Brooklyn Nets? And we just gonna kick this thing off, starting out talking about the Nets, man, and what went down. If you were surprised, not surprised, or what, man? Stocks, what you got on that series there, man?
I mean, it was very evident. I'll start it off like this. Boston wanted Brooklyn. They could have sat their starters. They could have said, you know what, we're going to end this to avoid them. They didn't. They played to win the games to ensure that they played Brooklyn. They got what they wanted, and they showed the world. Remember, and we talked about this, right? We talked about this a little bit and said, look, man, we think Boston is done. We think they done. Yes. It may be time to blow it up, and it just between Tatum and Brown and Smart is just acting a clown out there. It's Horford. What's going on with that? And the coach that they have, who should win Coach of the Year.
I don't even know how to say his name.
I don't. Just Coach of the Year.
Adokwa is the last name. I don't know his first. I can't say his first name, but Adokwa is the last name.
Sure. Yeah. Let's go.
Shout out to him.
But you know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is that dude right there should win Coach of the Year. They came in and they swept them on their floor. That's what I love about it. Because you know what? And I told you this. KD, Kyrie, they are the villains of the NBA. You have to have villains in every movie. Every show has to have the bad guys. That's them. That's them.
And we won't name a Superman villain because y'all might start cussing Superman out again.
I'm not cussing him out. I'm just saying it's very generic.
He is generic, Big Game.
It is generic.
Okay.
He is.
I'm not mad at y'all for that.
You have all of the super. You got all of them, but yet a rock could kill you with a rock.
Kryptonite really gets you, huh?
Kryptonite, they don't get me. It don't cut me. I don't step on kryptonite and fall out like Superman. But you can shoot him in the eye with a bullet. It's very generic, bro.
Hey, well,
you have all of them.
Before we get sidetracked on Superman and everything else,
catch it on Blooded
were
so
you?
I can tell you how I really feel.
Was anybody really surprised by the sweep? I think I was. I was. I just thought that Brooklyn was going to get at least one game at home.
Me
I really
too.
did. I thought they were going to get one game at home. I didn't.
At least one.
I didn't think that they were going to sweep them.
At least one. I don't know.
Now, Jay, you call them villains, right?
They're the villains.
Are you happy they lost then? Are they the team that you root against? You personally, I'm saying. Are
I
the
wouldn't say
Brooklyn
I
Nets
root
the team
against
you
them.
root against besides the Lakers? Since we know you hate the Lakers.
Well, because no one likes Lakers. I won't say I root against them, but I definitely don't have any love for them. I can say that, and I think it's just the attitude when it comes to it, and then just how this all came about. Like Katie and Kyrie and now Benjamin, like they have just this whole thing about them, this whole aura about them that it just reeks, man. Like it just reeks. And so
I don't see it, bro. I just don't see it, man. I just don't see
Like-
how they just have such a villainous role or apparatus. But I mean, it is what it is. It's media making them to be that. And I mean, if that's the case,
I don't think it's only media though. I don't think it's only media though. I think it's the way Kyrie left Cleveland, right? And he really kind of shat on LeBron. The way he left Boston and shat on that
how
whole
did he
city.
shit on LeBron though, bro?
Oh, come on, man. He was like,
because if it wasn't for Kyrie, LeBron wouldn't have had that championship.
And if it wasn't for LeBron, Kyrie wouldn't have his.
Okay, yeah. So okay, if you want to put it like that, but Kyrie, really
I mean, how else? Because guess what? LeBron got one after Kyrie.
Okay.
And so there you go. Kyrie said,
LeBron
"I want my own team."
Also has another always has a big ass fucking superstar on the squad too at the same time.
Kyrie had Tatum and Brown.
They just in jail, I guess.
And Kemba Walker, right?
And Kemba Walker.
It was a bad.
But they in jail. Okay.
Whatever the case in Boston was, I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying though. Kyrie has KD.
Villain.
He has KD and James. Like they wanted Harden, so they got him. Then he started shitting on Harden. Harden said, "You know what? I just want to leave." And people are saying he gave
Harden.
up. Okay.
Harden is soft, just like Ben Simmons.
No, because at least Harden would play.
If you in your feelings that bad, because you getting done up in practice, bro.
He is
to the point that you want to lead a squad. You sorry. You soft.
There's something wrong with that. I feel you on that.
Soft.
But I think
it's competitive sports, bro.
It is competitive sports. But I also think he is young-minded, and Doc was not sensitive. And I'm going to use that word, in a way where it's like, look, I get what it is. These are professional players. These are men. But, he got into his feelings because it was like, look, I want to shoot free throws. Like, no. You go sit down. I talk about Shaq. Shaq has 50% free throw shooting average for his career. But Shaq would tell you, made one, miss one. Made one, miss one. He was like, you keep fouling me. Made one, miss one. But you're going to foul out. I'm going to take all your fouls. Fine, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He tried different ways to shoot the ball. This dude went home. He ain't do nothing. He ain't go to the gym. He ain't do nothing.
That's what we talking about.
We talking about Benjamin. And that's to me, that's the difference.
I'm still shoot. Look,
I got stuck on. I thought you were talking about Shaq for some reason.
Even on both of them. Look, Harden. Everybody's expect Harden to be that old James Harden, like that Houston Rockets Harden. That's what everybody's looking at to him to be.
Right.
Harden is not that anymore. Okay, and he ain't never played no defense worth nothing.
Yeah,
worth nothing. Okay, yeah. So all Harden pretty much does, he does his little crossover, step back, and he loves to just shoot threes all damn game. And when he ain't shooting threes, when his threes ain't making it, I mean, he just completely shuts down. So Harden ain't really a fact. To me, even if Harden was on my squad, bro, come on, dog. Like, and then he comes in there like not even conditioned.
Yeah.
Not even conditioned to play. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, if this is where you want it to be, let's go. Let's do what we got to do. Now, with everybody attacking Kyrie, what I hear mostly with everybody attacking Kyrie is about this COVID thing.
And that's what I was going to ask earlier when I said I had a question. Yeah. Do you think Kyrie was made a villain simply because of his stance on the vaccine, or do you think
Stephen A. Smith did this? Stephen A. Smith. Now, I don't know if he was the beginning, but he was a big vocal voice of that. He really put him down because of him not taking that.
I think it's
back.
a little bit of both, though. I think it's some what Jay said has something to do with it as well, Reed.
I don't think it's just the fact that he didn't take the vaccine. Fine, that's your choice. I get that. But it's what you say after that. I'm giving, voice to the voiceless. No, bruh, there's plenty of voices out here that's talking about it. If it's, hey, I don't believe in it, fine. I don't want to do it, fine. Cool. But don't show up to the games without masks. You know what I'm saying? Dapping cats up. Like, I just found it mad disrespectful, bro. It's just like, look, if this dude really, and even in his exit interview after the last game, he was like, yeah, I was a distraction. Really? We did? Oh, okay. Yes, you were. You were a distraction. The things you did was a distraction. The antics you pulled was a distraction. I'm glad that you finally admitted that, but does that change anything? Again, we see this behavior over and over again. Dude is going to be dude. So am I happy they're out? I'm more happy that Boston is playing lights out.
Okay.
Because I like that team. I like that team. I like how they play. They're dogs and they going for it. And now it's like, look, put anybody in front of us. So I want to see how they match up with Milwaukee. Like, that's all I need to actually Miami. I want to see them against Miami and Jimmy Butler. Like, that's what I want to see.
I could see Boston going to the Eastern Conference. I could see them.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm not a big Celtics fan or not really a fan of Boston sports, period, to be honest. But they're a squad. They are a definite squad, and I give them mad respect. Mad respect for what they do, man.
Like I said, the fact that they didn't duck them and was like, yeah, bring them on. We'll play them. Why are we scared? Scared of what? Let's go. Yeah. I respect that. I respect that.
This whole villain stuff. This is.
You have to have a villain, though.
Every
sports. Look, listen. You're a wrestling guy. There's a baby face and there's a heel. Yeah. The baby face doesn't get fired if he doesn't have a heel. That you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody knows. Like, someone said to me this past weekend, Heartbreak Kid is the best wrestler ever. And to that point, I was like, I'm about to chase this dude down and hit him in his knee, Nancy Kerrigan style.
Heartbreak Kid, baby.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude.
HBK?
Like, okay, he was great. Get that. But to say he's the best ever? Man, come on now.
And that's just a matter of opinion, though?
It is. Of course,
it's like any other argument, anything else we have going on.
Of course, it
opinion,
is.
Right?
Of course, it is.
I got you. I got you right here.
You know what I'm saying? But
I know I'm sexy.
Got the look. It drives the girls. All right.
Wow, he found the intro music.
He got all of them. He got all of them.
Yeah, man. But still.
But again, you have to have a heel. That LeBron was the heel for a while. Now it's KD.
Still is in a lot of ways, but
since he left Oklahoma City, right? And Kyrie. And they're the heels. And that's what they are. So accept your role. Just like what's the wrestler say? Shut up and know your role. Shut up and know your role. If that's what you're going to be that. Be the best that you can be.
Okay.
I guess. But I digress. I mean, it is what it is, man. It just to me, what I don't like is that, okay, yeah, they can be bad guys or whatever, but it's a lot of attacks on their character. Just a lot. It's it's an excessive amount of attacks on guys' character.
Does their character not carry over to how they're doing things right now? Doesn't their actions say who they are?
It's that part right there.
I mean,
it's that part right there.
You could, but still, I mean,
if you're a Nets fan, how you feel right now?
Hey, you feel pretty bad.
Nets fan are feeling shitty right now. Straight up, they're bummed out.
Nets, they are upset.
Big
They are
time.
irate. If I was a fan of the Nets, which I'm not, my squad's still in there 3-2. We finna do this.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah.
It's done.
Mavs
It's
all
done
day,
deal.
baby. Mavs
Second
all
round, let's go.
day. Mavs all day.
Second round, let's
All
go.
day. All day.
Mavs got to make a believer out of me because
Hell no. With a healthy Luka?
They
With a
always.
healthy Luka?
Luka was healthy last year when they.
Luka dropped
they didn't
33
get
last
first
night.
round. Hey, they beat the brakes off of Utah through the white flag again.
You talking about last year? Last year they didn't have Jason Kidd as their coach, bro.
Man,
I'll give you that. You're right.
And Brunson
Last
was
year they
getting
wasn't
no
taught.
time.
They wasn't taught defense.
But this is
Brunson
what
was
I'm
getting
saying.
no time on the
Regardless of
floor.
what it was. or
Brunson
what it
didn't get
is,
no time. Green
They
Day.
are going to have to make a believer out of big game.
That's
James.
fine.
They
That's
will.
just what it is.
They will when they
Now,
win this
hey,
series.
I'm rooting for them. Don't get it twisted. I'm rooting for the Mavericks, y'all. But they just got to make a believer.
When they win this series, they will.
Man, I'm gonna do one of them John Morant and Karl Anthony Towns daddy bets, man. Hey man, why don't you just get one of the Brunson size jerseys?
With who,
And
me?
when they win the first round, just go ahead and wear that big dog.
No, Brunson jersey got to come in the 4X. I ain't squeezing my ass in no little shirt, dog. It ain't going down, player. It is not going down.
Nah, you gotta wear that. No, you gotta wear that with no undershirt.
I gotta have a 3-4X.
Nah,
I put that thing on and y'all have to come cut it off. Yeah, but man, we ain't seen Big Game in a minute. Yeah, he kind of stuck in the jersey.
That, you know what I'm saying? The Brunson size jersey, no undershirt.
I ain't playing that game, bro. So, guys, when it comes down to this game and this series, and I feel like, man, you can't blame no one person, but out of
What
both
series
of the
we
big
talking
stars,
about?
Boston. Because right now, the Mavs student is still
It's a lot.
The Mavs
going with
series
this book.
the Mavs series still going on. So we're gonna get to that though. But I'm saying out of these two big superstars, all this talk, and then we still got to talk about Softy for a minute too, tucking his tail and not coming back. Maybe he helps, maybe he doesn't, but he doesn't give himself a chance. Do you blame KD or you blame Kyrie? Which one of these ones is it a single blame or they both get the blame?
You don't blame KD because KD literally played the whole season unless he was hurt. KD stayed there the whole time, man. So you really can't blame him. But they're gonna find a reason to blame KD because he was getting shut down, so to speak, during the series.
Yeah,
The
okay.
first
They're
two
gonna
games
find
was
they
shut
gonna
down.
find a way to blame KD. But if you really look at it, KD was the star of the Brooklyn Nets the whole season. Unless he got hurt a few games, but
Right.
KD brought his ass back and played
Right.
all throughout that thing. So you can't get mad at KD. If you want to throw some shade at Kyrie, okay, you can if you want to. I'm not necessarily going to because I just believe anybody can make their own choice.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
So, but if Kyrie plays the whole season,
But see, that's the big if. That's
they
the
get
big
what
if.
if they get a number one seed and they get the Hawks in the first round instead of the Celtics, and then it gives
That's
them
the
more
big
chance
if.
to play?
That's the big if.
Are we
That's the
wrong?
big
For,
if.
are we wrong for coming up with that if?
There's no wrong. There's nothing wrong, but we'll never
It's a
know.
big. I got you.
We'll
Okay,
never know because
We won't
you
know
know,
this season.
it's all hypothetical. I got you.
it's
big
all
dog.
hypothetical. You know
I
what I'm
got you.
saying?
Okay.
But Kyrie did come back, and when he came back, he did what the hell that he was supposed to do. Is the best that he could. To me, just shit. Brooklyn just did not have enough firepower to play up against Boston, bro, like that.
Boston was on a different level, and
No,
they did the first two games without Walker even being
all
back.
Boston had to do was limit KD's points, limit Kyrie's points, and there was nobody else that was going to beat him. That was it. And Steve Nash can't coach, doesn't know how to do adjustments. You talking about a guy, they made a guy who's been playing on offensive squads his whole career. Offensive squads, his whole run and gun, his whole no kind of defense whatsoever. No kind of defense whatsoever. You know what I'm saying?
But he
So
can
bring him
defensive
in and
guys
have
in.
him as the coach. Like, what do you think that he's going to teach them?
I got
It's
you.
a reflection of the coach, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, again, Brooklyn didn't have the firepower. Boston was a much, 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 much better team. You
Yes.
know, so you got to give kudos to where it goes, man.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Kudos to where it goes.
And KD
Hey.
even said as much. They're just a better team. KD
He
said
did.
it.
Well, he couldn't deny it after every week. We saw that it was evident after the sweep. But what bigger role does Ben Simmons play in this? Now, he got traded to the team late in the year. Does Ben Simmons play a role in this whole debacle?
Let's talk about this bum.
You know who won in this whole trade? Houston.
Did they really?
Because they got rid of Harden. They got all the, what all that they need to do. And now Brooklyn looks like they do, and Philly looks like they may get lost. But I just want to put that out there.
Dude, Philly, it's going to go 7 games now because Toronto's taking their heart.
I don't know, man. It might not. Because Philly looking like womp, womp, womp.
What I mean, it'll go 7.
It may
go 6.
They might mess around and get bounced out.
It may go 6.
Yeah,
it's tied up now.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
And that's a problem. That's a problem.
If they win, it's got to go. They're going to have to go 7 to win.
That's a problem.
But Philly has to win. Philly has to win. But yeah, for Benjamin, hey, go ahead. Go ahead, Reed.
Yeah, because Reed, you have some choice. Well, I really want to hear your thoughts on Mr. Ben Simmons, man.
This guy single-handedly finessed the whole league.
Oh, damn!
Finessed the whole league.
So you going all the way back? You going all the way back to coming out of LSU?
No, not. I mean, whatever. He did his thing in LSU, but he gets to Philly now. My thing is this: all this started because he had piss poor stats in the playoffs in Philly. Wasn't shooting the rock, passing the ball. In the game with free throws, ending the game with 4, 6 points, whatever you want to call it. Okay. People getting on his ass because he ain't producing, do whatever. So he gets in his feelings. I don't want to play with y'all no more. The city didn't like him, the team didn't like him, ownership, all that. So he gonna cry, getting his feelings. I'm not showing up for practice. I ain't doing this, that, and the third. I'm pulling out my cell phone during practice, all this other stuff, this, that, so he can go and get traded. So he gets traded to the Brooklyn Nets. And once he gets to Brooklyn, oh, now I have mental issues, and this is that and the third. My back hurts, whatnot. I can't play. Yet, you're at practice, shooting, dunking, telling media, hey, man, make sure you take a picture of this. You doing this. Supposedly playing 3-on-3, 4-on-4, doing all this other stuff. But every time game time comes, my back hurts. My back hurts. You know what I'm saying? Somebody should have been there. KD, somebody should have been. Come on, dog. Hey, we need you, bro. Come on. My back hurts. My back hurts. My hand back. But yeah, you can show up to the games looking fly. Real talk. You can show up to the games looking fly, doing all this other crap.
Was that Gallagher?
No,
that was a Mario jump.
Yeah, that was Mario.
Oh shit! Yeah. What? My sound's off. I'm sorry.
No,
so good.
No, he finessed
over here.
He finessed it. He finessed it. He's a bum.
So as a teammate, Reed, do you even want him around?
I'd be pissed off if he was my teammate, and I mean that in the most serious way possible.
I heard that in your voice. I believe you.
Especially if my team has went to the playoffs, we got a chance to get to the playoffs and at least do some. Maybe we may not win the championship, but we could at least make some noise or something. Make ourselves at least look appealing for maybe a free agent that maybe might want to come over and come to the squad, come to all season. But for you to just come over there, man, and you sitting on the bench, and not on that, I mean, he makes himself stand out on the bench. I mean, hell, you can look at the whole bench. You can literally point out Ben Simmons because of all of the stuff that he's wearing, Louis Vuitton and all the whatever that rainbow suit he had on the other. It's
colors,
dude.
Shut up,
dude. If you don't want to play, then just say that, bro. If you don't want to, and then to turn right back around, and then he's trying to get $20 million from Philadelphia. Like he's trying to get. Yeah,
I would too, though, because in some of them instances they told him to stay home and not come, but then you're trying to use that against me to not pay me that money. Jay Stoggs and I had a
pay for play, bro.
Last night, Reed.
Pay for play.
I understand.
If I'm an owner, I'm not gonna sit there and pay your ass.
But the NBA made the mistake of the guaranteed contracts, and if you are hurt, and if you institute mental health into that, you still supposed to pay them.
That's called a crutch.
That's the league. They came up with the rules.
Crutch.
They came up with the rules. So I posed this question to Jay Stoggs last night. Reed, I'm gonna ask you the same thing. Like I said, once Ben Simmons lost or had that downhill spiral in the playoffs, it snatched his soul, his will, his heart. To me, I think he's scared to play because he's scared of being a failure on the court. That's what it looks like to me.
He's soft.
So, do you think that this is anything he can come back from? Or just soft as it? Fuck it, it's soft. Just
the only way
just soft.
The only way you come back is getting on the court and playing, bro.
So you call him that Dairy Queen ice cream that come out and made the little loot. He just soft serve.
That's the only way you come back. You can literally get played. You get paid to play basketball.
Yeah.
That's the only way that he can come back and get over this hump or mental block or whatever you want to call it.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
And this is what I told Big Game. I said, me and some of my guys were talking about this, at length. We still talking about it today. But we were talking about having a physical injury and a mental injury. And I think this is where he is. And you can call it soft or whatever, but I believe he really looked up to Doc and the organization, and they put him down and was like, yeah, we can't trust you. And that hurt him so much that he was like, all right, I'm just going to act like a little spoiled kid. So, yeah, I'm going to get on my phone. I'm going to do what I want to do because, you don't respect me. You don't want me here. I don't want to be here, but I got to be here. So, because, remember, at the beginning of the season, like preseason, he didn't even show up. Like, it was like, look, if you don't come back, we're going to start, hitting you in the pocketbook. Like, that's what we're going to do. So he started showing up. But it's like, but you don't want me to play. You don't want to put me in those moments. Now, here's the other thing about it, though. He did not practice his craft in the off season. And that's where I have issue with him. He didn't practice. You have a failure in your game. There's a piece in your game that you don't have. And that's what separates the greats from the goods, from the, you about to be out the league. You know what I'm saying? How many stories have you heard about Kobe being there before people, and then they come in the gym, shoot around for about 20, 30 minutes, he's still there.
Yeah, I love that Jason Williams story when he's talking about getting there early and thinking he was doing something, and he said Kobe was right putting up shots. And when he left, Kobe kept putting up shots.
Yeah, Kobe had a broken arm. And was still practicing shots with the other arm.
Dude, he had an Achilles tear. And look, again, it separates you from great, good, and out the league. If you're not willing to put in the work, you just not. Why? I don't feel sorry for you in that regard. I hope you get the help you need to come back, because I think he has good talent, but it doesn't matter if mentally you're not there, and if you don't showcase it. Who cares?
Okay.
Who cares?
So is Ben Simmons done? Is it too soon to ask that question about him?
I think the summer will tell. I think that the summer will really tell. And if he doesn't put any work in the off season, no, it's over.
Who's gonna want that on their team, bro?
That's the next question I was gonna ask too, Reed. Who do you think KD and Kyrie sitting back thinking, hey, we're gonna be good once Ben come back? Or are they thinking, why the hell he here? He got to go.
They were saying it by the end of the season. They were saying that by the end of the season.
Yeah, they were saying it last night.
That he need to go?
No, they were saying we still support him, and we.
Yeah,
but Kyrie did say this.
What did he say?
He did say this. He said, look, with Ben not being there, we really need him to be there. Like, he said that. So it's like, yo, you need to get up off your shoulders, homeboy, and get on the court. We understand, but we need you there.
Let's be honest, guys. It's sports guys. At some point in time, bro, you have to man up.
Mm-hmm.
As sports guys, at some point in time, you have to just man up.
Yeah.
Just be like, okay, put on your big boy britches and handle your business. Okay. You've let this ride out long enough. Okay. Step your game up.
Take whatever ass chewing you get that come with it.
Take what it is, goddamn, but do what the hell you supposed to do.
Own it.
Get your ass up on it.
You gotta
I
own
can't
it,
think
man.
of any other player that has ever done this in the NBA.
I can't. Guys have asked trades and wanted out of contracts and wanted to get away from people.
But
I ain't seen nobody ever just quit.
Nothing to this kind of degree.
I don't think I've ever seen
nothing to this kind of degree.
Fat James Harden quit on his team. but he did it via trade. Ben Simmons just tucked tail and turned away, bro. I don't get it.
Who would want that on their squad, man? And it's, I mean, like you know, be happy they didn't have like no like hood, like real hood dude on their team,
like Patrick Beverly.
You know what I'm saying?
Steven Jackson.
Somebody would. I'm telling you, during practice, somebody would have gave this dude the blues and told him about himself, like for reals.
Right.
Like they need Jimmy Butler on this squad.
You know what I'm saying? Like
they need.
Hey, he already ran from Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, he did.
He don't want no parts of that.
He wants none of that.
He that's why Jimmy Butler got ran out of Philadelphia.
Let me ask you this.
Telling the truth.
Let me ask you this. He wasn't at the last game when they got bounced. As a teammate, how did you feel about that?
You sure he wasn't there?
He was not there. He was not in the building.
He been in every other game. Why the hell he skipped that one? Because he thought he was supposed to play. And they might call him out.
What do you think about that though?
He
wasn't in the building as a teammate. What do you
Why
think?
even trade to come over here, bro? Why even get on the
at
team,
some point in
bro?
time, like Reed said, you got to own it, man. You got to step up to the plate, be that dude, and be like, hey,
yeah.
Now this is my thing, and it's making me. And I swear, man, I'm not playing. When they came, I said, is he really that guy? When he came out of LSU, I asked that. I said, is he really that dude? I was like, is he really that guy? Is he as good as they're hyping him up to be?
I didn't think it was.
And it left some, and everybody's like, oh, he's the next version of this, and just 4 inches taller and can do this and can do that. And then all of a sudden, he couldn't hit the side of a barn with a bazooka when it came to the playoffs and hitting them free throws. And then it just, the whole scenario and everything just changed, man. So I don't even know if he wants to have success, man. He looks like he doesn't give a damn and doesn't even want to do it.
He more concerned with them clothes, being seen, being fresh.
Don't he have the Russell Westbrook skirt he was trying to model another day?
Please
all of that bull, man. I'm just saying. And again, it goes back. I don't never want to diss anybody about mental health because a lot of people deal with that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But people do still find ways to beat it or find ways to cope with it. You know what I'm saying? And if it's such a mental block for you, I understand. It may mess you up a couple times, but if you got some people in your corner to tell you, hey, bro, you got to get back out there on the court. You got to do what you're supposed to do. That's the only way you know that you're going to get up because he has to face. You're still setting yourself up for failure if you keep showing up. You know, you're showing up to the games, but you're not playing. You're on the sideline. You're showing up to the games, but you're not playing. You're staying on the side, but you over there. But, you know, it's a safe space during practice. It's a safe space because, you know, because ain't no crowd gets around the team. You know, that's a safe space. But you have to understand, bro, this is what you get paid to do.
Yeah.
This is exactly what you get paid to do.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So at some point in time, bro, you got to grab your nuts and be like, hey, I got to get myself back out there on the court, dude. I have to. You know, to me, he finessed it. He used it as a crutch. And for whatever reason, he didn't play at all this season. And to me, nope. He wouldn't be my teammate. Wouldn't be my teammate. I'd advocate for him, his ass to not be there. Not if you ain't gonna, not even like not even make a try, bro. Try. Yeah, I don't care about what you're doing in practice and making these videos. Dog, try, bro, because we need you on the court. You can at least do something.
Maybe they should. Big Game said, put him down to the D League. Let him go down there for assignment like they do in MLB.
Hey, you gotta do something, bro. Hey, and maybe the D League or is in the G League now.
Or G League, I'm sorry, yeah.
Whatever. I'm just whatever it is. The Gatorade. Maybe he get his confidence back going down there and dominate a little bit, dog. I don't
go to
know,
the G League for a little bit and then come back up, or go overseas and play.
Ooh.
Go overseas for the summer and play over there. Go to Australia. But Benjamin David,
go back home, huh? Go to Australia.
Be my teammate.
Benjamin David Simmons needs to do something this summer.
Yeah. Speaking of teammates, what about Zion Williamson? Y'all think he a good teammate? You got that dog
Zion,
sound on there?
If I was in an eating contest, he's my number one pick. He's my number one
he ain't
pick.
that big no more. I mean, the boy's jumping. He's still jumping, doing dunks. It's people been.
Look.
This
let me
is
tell you something,
to me that's
Why
a
you
guy.
rub your hand, big cat? Bro, it's a cat that was an and one. I think it was half man, half. No, it wasn't him. It was a big dude.
Big Escalade.
Escalade, yeah.
And y'all know
Escalade
that's Mark Jackson's brother. He passed away.
I heard about that.
Yeah, Escalade
yeah,
was Mark Jackson's brother. And he actually really had a real skill set. He was just humongous,
fat like Zion.
Damn, you didn't have to just reiterate.
He ain't that big, but
who? Zion's fat, man. He's big. He's a big dude. He thick. I'll say he thick.
But Zion doesn't want to play in New Orleans. I think that's what that's been.
That was my point. That was about to be my point. That's why I said, is he a good teammate? Because I heard when they signed and acquired C.J. McCollum, he didn't even reach out to him. Now, is that part of him being young? See, you said the same thing. My wife said, "Oh, he's just young and don't know what to do right." You know right from wrong, and you supposed to be the face of a franchise. You bring in a C.J. McCollum, you supposed to reach out.
But I mean, who?
He's been, but that's probably been a burnt out situation for a while. Dude just probably don't want to be there, you know.
He want to be there. All them beignets and etouffee, man. He want to be there. He wants to be there.
He might want to eat there, but I don't think he wants to play there.
I've even heard his family members want him out that contract. Like his family members want him to leave.
What the hell they think they get to do? He got drafted there.
And see, here's the thing: when you start listening to family, okay. Now again, I was never professional, semi-pro, but when family, it's true. Yakuza Seahawks, look me up. When family starts getting involved with your business, that's not always good. That's not because they don't know what you're doing. They don't know what you're going through. All they know is we want you to do what we want you to do. They can't speak to, hey, okay, you want me to get out of this contract. You want me to get traded. Where you want me to go? Oh, we want you to go to LA. Why? That situation may not be good for me. I want you to go to Miami. You be closer to home, or go to, to Charlotte. They want you to do what they want because they have agendas. Or they have something they're trying to look out for. Their heart may be in the right place, but you have to do what's right by you. That squad right now without Zion, they might be Phoenix.
There's a cool possibility with Booker being out. You're right.
It's tied up 2-2.
I'm gonna say this right now, and y'all can say I'm crazy. If Zion don't want to be there, New Orleans is showing right now that they already have the intricate pieces and players to help them have success. All right, go ahead, get your ass on out of there. Then, if you really
Brandon Ingram is better than Zion.
Facts.
Ask the Lakers about that shit right now,
bro. The losers are so sick.
They sick.
Fans.
Brandon Ingram is better than Zion. Has been better than Zion.
When they traded him, I was like, they have lost every piece of mind they got.
Man, I got homeboys who are diehard Lakers fans, and they were sick about that.
Oh yeah.
Sick about
Ingram have a skill set. And the thing is, he's so smooth with his play. It looks so effortless in how he does it. And all of a sudden, you look at the box score, and he done dropped 30-something in a heartbeat the way he played, dog.
And you know what else is cool about the box score that he's in? That he's actually in the box score. He's not in street clothes. Just saying. Just saying. Not in street clothes.
You got a little machine gun sound on that little button you've been pushing tonight.
Shots fired.
Look that up and hit that damn net. Shoot that shit. Shoot that.
Bro, I'm just saying.
Is he lying? Is he lying?
Prove me wrong.
No lies, bro.
Show me the lies.
We don't lie here. We don't lie on the sports chop shop. On YouTube,
I'm just saying.
check us out.
I'm saying, so go ahead, trade Zion, get what you can for him, get you some picks, find somebody in there that can do what you want. You know what I mean? Because you have a nice squad. You're in the playoffs, and you making Phoenix look suspect. Because even with Booker in, it was not looking like, wait a minute, I thought these were number one seeds here. These were Western
I'm not gonna lie to
Conference
you.
champions.
So going into the play-in, they were the 10th seed. They were the last team in the play-in. So here
everybody
it is.
expected Phoenix to just
This 10th
roll over them boys.
team. Now, y'all, is the West just this much better with competition this year, or Phoenix not really the team we thought they were?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, yeah. It's very hard. It's very hard in all kind of sports, in every sport. It's very hard for a team to go to the championship one year and then to repeat to go back to that championship. It's very hard. You rarely see that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And not saying that they necessarily have Phoenix's playbook, but did Phoenix really make any change from last season to this season? Not really necessarily. Same squad, same coach. You know what I'm saying? I love Monty. You know what I'm saying? I think Phoenix is a dope squad. You know what I'm saying? But nobody's scared of him. Nobody's scared of him.
That's the part right there, Reed. That's when you take the court as the number 1 seed and that 8th seed is not scared of you at all.
Yep.
That's a problem.
And what they got to lose? They the 8th seed, bro. What they got to lose?
Exactly.
Not a damn thing. Not a
damn thing.
So we finna bring it to you every game, every single game. So I mean, say what it is, but Phoenix don't look scary. They don't look scary. Not no more. Oh.
Yeah, man.
So who's gonna step up in that series right now, y'all?
In the Pelicans and
let's just put like not even the series. Let me rephrase that. On Phoenix, for them to come out on top and win this series, who do they need to step up and be that guy? Can it be Chris Paul? Does he have enough love in the tank?
I think it's Aiden. Aiden needs to show up.
I was about to say Aiden.
He needs to show up.
I was about to say Aiden.
Don't have to. There's APB out for him right now.
Yeah, but then again, after Aiden, who?
It's a drop off, and it shouldn't be. Like they still have cats on there. It was Connor and Cam.
Is Crowder gonna do it?
He's to me he's so iffy and streaky, man. Like
I mean,
like he's over emotional. I don't know, man. It just
and then again, you got to look at the roads that these guys took to get to the championships, man. You know, look at the road that Phoenix had to take. Look at the teams they had to face last year. How they was able, the teams that they was able to play. Yep. They had game plans. They was able to beat those guys because they was a better squad. And now you got some young guys that's coming in like New Orleans, and they just left out in the dust. Like, God damn.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, like my cousin Iron Mike would say, man, everybody got a plan till you get hit in the mouth.
All facts.
Hey, big shout out to Mike Tyson on that airplane too.
Oh man, boy, hey, I love it. We got.
I hope that man don't get no. I hope he don't get no kind of legal charges for that bullshit. No, I hope he don't.
He shouldn't, but civil. They know it's gonna be a civil suit. A boy trying to get some bread.
No, well, shit. They got no. He got a criminal record,
bro. Even if he got a criminal, I don't. He shouldn't get any money. I'm glad Mike was tearing that head up. Because you know what, bro was like, "Hey,
body snatch his ass.
Leave me alone. Cool, leave me alone. Okay, I'm Mike Tyson. Leave me alone." And when old boy was like, "Come on, hey." All right, let me show you I still got it.
How many of y'all have ever got y'all buttons pushed like that shit? Man, hey, man, leave me alone, bro. We good.
Every day.
No, leave me alone, man. We good,
easy.
Bro. Cool.
And it's so.
Hey, dog.
And as an athlete, man, I'm going to tell you this. They always say, you go to these little PR classes and shit, and they tell you, hey, you do this, do that. But it's something in you that's just, you still a man, dog. You still, got that button, that fuse. And, like, I know I told this story before. I think it was on Big Game Sports Buzz where my wife and I went to a Lakers Pacers game in Indianapolis. And here it is. We like 3 rows from the floor, man. I can see Kobe and Shaq. They whipping ass. That's, championship Laker years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. My wife got her Kobe jersey on, big fan, yelling up, screaming. And the Pacers was boo-boo at this point in time. Just, this when they had Jermaine O'Neal, Ron Artest, just not a lot going on for them. Like, they would get to the playoffs and lose first, whatever. But long story short, here it is, my wife cheering. This dude said something to her, and I forgot anything about me being in the NFL. Everything about what came out of my mouth
Keep
was a
my
grown
wife's
man
name
protecting his
out.
wife. And I swear to
Jason
God,
out.
if it was not for Ron Meeks, our defensive coordinator, he would have got his behind drug up and down that arena. Now, was it necessary for what he said? Realistically, looking back at it, I'm glad I didn't whip his ass. But at the same time, if he would have got a couple haymakers thrown on him, hey, we understand.
You deserve it, man.
Hey, bro.
Hey, Stoggs, handle your business, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Much love, Stars. You know it.
Let's go.
All good.
Hey,
bro.
y'all, check out J Stoggs and I Thursday night, 6 p.m. Central Time on Big Game Sports Buzz. Stoggs got to wrap it up and run, but me and Reed, we right here chilling, about to keep chopping it up. And,
So,
you know, Stoggs is taking our sound effects with him, but it's all good.
pew.
But, yeah, man, just the whole situation, man, with fans and how they come about and people talking crazy. You know, it is what it is, man. But
Yeah, but even we talked about it. Fans got to learn how to goddamn give respect to.
Yeah.
You know, they got to learn how to, just because you pay a ticket don't mean you got all access to do anything.
It don't give you the right to,
don't give you the
to
right.
come in and just act any old kind of way. So
it don't.
you gotta learn that the hard way. It is what it is, man.
They gotta learn to stop disrespecting folks, man. So real talk. Real talk. I think you got every right to you had every right to slap the shit out that dude. Every right.
Yep.
And if you got fined, it is what it is. But shit.
It was warranted. And I think it would have made me feel better. He lucky my wife said something to him. My wife said, James, ignore that. And she really calmed me down. And he don't really realize I had 3 other people that called me and was like, hey, man, we get him right now if you want us to. I was like, we good, dog.
See? You never know. You better know who you messing with, bro.
I had some riders. I was like, hey, man, we'll get him right now if you want us to. I'm like, nah, bro, we good, man. We gonna let him make it, dog.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. But yeah, man. So Ben Simmons is soft. Zion Williams is selfish, I think. NBA playoffs is going on. The Hawks on the verge of probably get eliminated tonight. It's a must win to keep their season alive. If not,
Jose, what's up, baby?
Miami gonna finish that thing up. Hey, Mr. Salazar, what's going on?
He said, "Are we talking about Mike?" Yeah, we just kind of pieced up about Mike.
We talked about Mike Tyson on the airplane with his buttons being pushed by that young passenger, and he caught hands. We hope we can
talk about it a little, just a tad bit more. I mean, but seriously,
keep it going. Hey, we gonna run it the way you want to run it tonight, Reed. So we keep talking about it, man.
Let me ask you something, man.
What's up, dog?
Look, and James, I know you older than me, man. You've seen older boxers, you know what I'm saying, before Mike and whatnot. See, I kind of grew up seeing Iron Mike Tyson. I saw him. I saw how devastating this guy was when it came to boxing. Just a freak of nature. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who in their right mind just messes with Mike like that? I ain't seen one person on earth.
This is my thing, Reed, and this is just what I believe. I believe some people in this world are just young and feel entitled. I feel like they think they can say and do anything because they want to get a like. Or because he was clearly looking at the dude filming and kept egging Mike Tyson on, right? So at some point in time, you got to realize this is not about you being funny in social media. Like what's the old saying my dad used to say? Your mouth about to write a check, your ass can't cash. You know what I'm saying? And it's one of them situations to where I believe it in some way, shape, or form. This dude felt like it was okay for him to fuck with Mike Tyson because you don't have the right to do anything to me. And Mike Tyson showed him otherwise. He had every right to whip his ass, and he beat him down. Period. And he should have. Shut up, sit down. I'm on this flight. I'm minding my business. I'm trying to get to where I'm getting to. Sit your ass down.
It's amazing how regular, normal people, 9-to-5 folks, they like to go out of their way to egg people that have money, so to speak, in society. And when these kind of things happen and they get their ass whooped or about it or whatever the case may be, because even though the person has money, they're still a human.
Oh yeah, still a human.
And for whatever reason, they egg them on, they get beat up or whatever the case may be, then turn around and want to file a lawsuit.
Right.
Like it's another way to get a quick paycheck.
It's a come up.
Like
yeah,
a come up.
Found his come up. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's so whack to me.
It's awful, dog. It's I hate it.
Such an awful thing that people nowadays do. And this one but again, I have not seen anybody. All I've ever seen with Mike Tyson is get nothing but respect.
Hey man, Reed, I know a lot of people. I know several people that have come across Mike, hung out with Mike, talked to Mike on, repeated occasions, and had nothing but like, yo, this is one of the coolest, most down to earth people. Once you talk to Mike and get to know him a little bit, so it's one thing if the dude would have said something to Mike friendly and wanted to maybe holler at him later off the plane, and I'm sure Mike would have been like, yeah. But this dude was attention seeking, and he didn't get the kind of attention that he wanted, and he came off in them hands. Then he had to deal with it, and this is my whole thing. So, I hope if any judge, anybody else that gets this, and if they try to prosecute Mike Tyson or sue Mike Tyson, they throw this shit out because he had everything he got coming to him.
Yeah.
Period. Point blank. Period. Should have never happened. He'll come up with some kind of crazy ass defense to where he's a trained fighter. He shouldn't have put his hands on his defense to come up with
his
something.
His hands are lethal weapons and all this. Man, get out of
here. He didn't see that video of Mitch Blood Green when he talked shit in that shop in New York and Mike Tyson hit him right in his eye. He must have never saw that video to know what Tyson would do to you.
Come on, man. Look, I'm just saying, dude. I haven't seen one person since Mike has retired just really come at Mike like that. Even there was an actual video of Mike sitting down at a comedy club, and there was a dude that was challenging him and even pulled out a gun, and Mike didn't even move. Mike gave the dude a hug.
I didn't even see that one, dog.
Yeah, I forgot where it was, but yeah, he was just sitting down at like some kind of comedy club, and the dude was just talking mad mess to Mike, and Mike was just real chill. He even hugged the dude afterwards. Like, all right, it's cool. Ain't nothing, man. Mike is a real chill guy, man. He's been promoting a lot of his cannabis and stuff like this. His cannabis business is blowing up.
Yeah.
He has his podcast and whatnot. And he makes his appearances. So Mike is chilling, man. Mike
doing old Mike. I mean, he found a way to reinvent himself, like you said, with his cannabis and CBD stuff and his distilleries and everything else, man. And he making his money doing his thing, and he got his podcast. And I think Mike just want to sit down, smoke a joint, and talk some shit with his boys, and call it a day. He's chilling, man. He's chilling. And
it wasn't.
That's what life's supposed to be. That's what it's supposed to be, man. You supposed to go get on the airplane and have to be worried about what's going on or what you got to say, or you hear it is you trying to get some sleep and rest, and somebody just messing with you to the point where it's like, all right, now I got to show you because I tried to ignore you, but you just wouldn't stop.
You made a good point though, James, about how the young generation is doing this kind of thing. To where they feel entitled.
Yeah, they don't think. And you know how I know that? Being a educator and a teacher, read some of the stuff you hear coming out of people's mouths. Dog, the mouths on these kids to just hearing cursing. Now, let me be the first to say, I am no saint and I have a foul mouth. But there's a time and place for everything, right?
Yeah.
And at the age where I work, at the age of 12 to 14, around an adult, you would have never heard no bad word come out of my mouth. It wouldn't have slipped. It wouldn't have been close. Now, I might have went back with my boys and dropped a couple, you know what I'm saying? Wasn't even bad like it is now. Like, I tell everybody, my mouth got worse when I started getting in locker rooms.
Yes.
It just did.
Yes.
Locker room talk pulled the foul mouth out of me.
Locker room, sideline talk.
But, as a young adult, man, I was always more aware of my surroundings and make sure I was always very well mannered around adults. These kids don't care. And it's just that whole younger generation where they feel like, there's no big deal. and you got parents that reinforce these badass habits that. So now you just building up a generation of people that's just lost.
You
So they
blame it on
think
the
they think they can do. They gotta take some responsibility.
Okay.
They gotta
I
take
get
some
that.
responsibility.
I get you that.
Because if my son goes somewhere and act a plum fool like he ain't never acted before, I'm gonna take that personal because he ain't been raised that way. Now,
Word.
I've acted a fool. I've done like I've said some things my kids know. Hey, don't ever repeat what your daddy say. Period. Right.
Yeah.
But I also teach you how you act in front of people. You're not gonna mistreat people. You're not gonna mistalk about people. You know what I'm saying? There's ways you gotta act. That's reinforced by me. So you better be a stand-up person in that person's classroom, whether they right, wrong, or indifferent. And my son goes to a school where I know some of his teachers, and I know some of them crazy or ain't worth nothing, right? But you still gonna respect them while you in their classroom. That's what you're gonna do. And that's just what it is. This young generation and a lot of the parents, man, they'll come up and try to put the blame on the teacher. And it's like, you ask your child what they do? Well, did you ask your child what they did? Did you ask your child what they said? Ask your child. And then let me know. I'm right here. I'm on. Go ahead. I can't believe they said that. Yeah, I know you can't. Talk to me like an adult first. Don't call me and scream at me and yell at me like I'm a man. I'm a grown up. I'm a grown person. We talking about a child. I ain't got no reason to lie on your damn child. I'm too goddamn old, bro.
See that kind of stuff, and it reminds me of the times like when I used to work juvenile detention, and I'd have to deal with, kids, 15, 16, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids, and they just talk any kind of way to you. Now, I'm not saying I'm the biggest, swollest person on earth, but at the end of the day, I'm still a man. Still a grown man.
Right, exactly.
And even though some of these kids can look me dead in the eye, they had to understand that I don't have no fear.
Right.
Against you. I don't have no fear. So if you that buck to jump. Right. You want to be a man before you get grown. I'll show you what a man gonna do.
Right.
It has to come at a level of respect.
Right.
It has to come at a level of respect. So I don't know what it is about these kids. I don't know what it is.
It's something going on, man. But shout out to Mike Tyson, man, and everything you got going on in the works, Mike. Keep it up, bro. Keep it up.
Most definitely,
Mike. When I see you, I'm gonna holler at you. I'm gonna ask you to come on the podcast. We're gonna cross paths one day, champ. I just don't swing on me, big dog.
I'm there, bro. I'm there because I love Mike.
For sure.
I love Mike.
But Reed, anything else that you got going on right now that you've been wanting to get off your chest in this sports world, dog?
I don't know, man. We said a lot about that Ben Simmons crap, bro.
Hey, man, this still has me hot. It does. Like, Stephen A. Smith has some choice words, and I know you ain't the biggest Stephen A. Smith fan.
Are you?
This is the thing about me with him. At one point in time, I love Stephen A. Smith to death, but I feel like he's changed.
I was there at one point. I
feel like he's changed somewhere along the line.
ESPN contract changed his ass.
Is that what it was?
All that money he got from ESPN.
So something made Stephen A. maybe a little bit more commercial than he had been. Is that the right word to use when I say saying commercial? I'm just trying to make sure that I'm calling it what it is. And
he
not
makes 12 million annually. That's how much he makes. 12 million annually at ESPN.
So, long story short, I was a Stephen A. Smith fan. I was a big Stephen A. Smith fan. Dude, there's so many fake Stephen A. Smith accounts on here. I want to read the tweet that he had about Ben Simmons. And I know we're talking a lot about Ben, but at the end of the day, man, when I feel two different ways about this, and I'm trying to figure out the right way to voice it and say it. Being a former athlete, I've always said, when it comes to accountability, like Charles Barkley said it best, I don't have to be a role model. It's not my job to raise your kids and be picture perfect all the time. Yet that's what the leagues want from their star players. They want them to be role models, right? But that's a whole different. That's a whole different thing that's going on right now. As a fan and as a person that played a professional sport, I always want to see what kind of grit you have as an athlete and as a person. How are you going to grind it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't feel like Ben Simmons is grinding it out. But now at the same time, like I always say, and not to take nothing away from if you got a mental issue for real, a real mental issue. Like I told Jay Stocks, and you'll hear it in the show on Thursday's show. Part of me thinks that he's just giving up and is scared to fail. And because he's so scared to fail, he's finding reasons not to play. Which the only reason to get out, only way to get out this funk, Reed, is to go play, right?
Facts.
We said it a few minutes earlier. So I know we own him a lot, but and before we move on, I just want to read this tweet that Stephen A. Smith said. Harsh criticism of Ben Smith completely unfair is what some people are saying about Stephen A. Smith. But here's what he said. Where's the words? I don't want to watch the video. In a nutshell, just to kind of sum it up without trying to, play the whole video and stuff, Stephen A. Smith said that Ben Simmons is the worst teammate ever. And no one should ever want to play with this guy again. In a nutshell, is kind of what he broke it down to. Do you feel like he was right with that, or was he wrong for that statement, man? What you think? And if I can find it, I'm going to play it. But go ahead and let me know what you think. I'm still trying to find that video to play that, Reed.
He actually he also to add to that, he did say that Clutch Sports should drop him as an athlete because he was supported by Rich. He's part of Rich Paul and Clutch Sports, and he was saying Rich Paul should drop him as one of his athletes that he represents. At the same time, he's saying because it's bad business. He says it's bad business for the brand. To say that he's the worst teammate ever, I mean, I can't necessarily say that because you've had teammates that have done worse.
Right.
But my issue is the instance of knowing that you have the capabilities to come out there and play and participate, yet you willingly choose not to. Again, I can understand if you have an injury, and at the same time, I do understand if you have a mental block. But then again, even if you have a mental block, you have people there that can help you, people there that can help, you know what I'm saying, help you get over that stuff. And at the same time, like we've been saying, the best way to get over that mental block is to face that mental block by going out there and performing and doing what you need to do.
Right.
That would be my main thing with him.
Have you seen this Stephen First Take clip today?
I probably have, but yeah, go ahead, run.
I'm gonna run this real quick though. We can listen to it and talk about it a few seconds more. Let me
click.
Notice I said Kyrie Irving is one of the most selfish superstars we've ever seen, and obviously one of the most selfish athletes we've ever seen. I didn't say the word the as in number one, because obviously he ain't got nothing on Ben Simmons. Nobody is worse than Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons might also be the weakest, most pathetic excuse for a professional athlete we have ever seen in not just American history, but the history of sports. I can't think of a professional athlete that has come across more pathetic than this man. Friday on Countdown, what did I say? They came out with the news. They said Ben Simmons gonna play game 4. I said, excuse me, it's 72 hours from now.
I'll wait. I'll wait.
I said, I'll wait. It's 72 hours from now. Come to me Monday, because that brother ain't playing. Let me say this.
So, so Reed.
He's so over the top, bro.
He is very extra. We know this. He is very, very extra.
And then that's like,
is there any merit of validity to what he's saying though? About being the worst? We talked about him being. You kind of called him a bum. Does Stephen A. Smith make the situation? Does he make it worse, or is he on the money on this one?
I mean, yeah, I did use the word bum, and I said it was bum. I was saying it was bum because of his actions and everything that he's doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To accommodate to not help the team. Stephen A has a way of just attacking people in such a form, like seriously. I'm almost waiting for I'm waiting for an athlete to just like square up with him.
Damn. It's gonna come down to put the Dukes up, dog.
It's gonna have to. Because some of the stuff that he says is just like I wouldn't be surprised if Kyrie like saw him and slapped the shit out of him. Like as much shit as he said about Kyrie over there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's one thing to call a person a bad teammate, but then you say he's the most pathetic, the most sorriest excuse of an athlete.
That's what was
getting seen in the history of sports.
His choice of words, and think about a lot of the people we've seen over the time
ridiculous
of sports.
Dude.
Think about your lifetime. I'm thinking about mine, Reed. The people that I could call out for not being worth it, but pathetic. Damn, we've talked about Ben Simmons, but I don't think anything we said was a lie, or I don't think anything I said would make Ben Simmons want to fight me.
No,
you know what I'm saying.
We're all entitled to have our opinions, but again, it's the way that you say it and the way that you come across. It's the way that you say things, and it's the way that these things come across. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
And even in the grand scheme of it, Ben Simmons is doing something that millions of people would love to do, which is be the opportunity to play professional sports.
Right.
Period. So he's gotten to that summit that a lot of people haven't gotten to. Right. Same as you, Big James. You was able to get to that summit.
Right.
So a lot of people want to be in the NFL.
It's hard, bro. It's hard. Like I just said on my last Games Journey to the Draft little mini series I'm working on right now. And it's not one day that I'm not thankful for having the opportunity to make it to the highest plateau in professional sports when it comes to my sport. And that's the NFL. And I know I was blessed to do that. I know how hard that is. That's why sometimes I'm a little bit more reserved when it comes down to saying somebody's trash, someone's garbage, because I know what it took to get there. Now, whether they got a mental block, and I've talked about this many times before, Reed, as a defensive tackle, there's not a lot of mental things. It's not like a lot of slumps you can get into. You can have a bad game, but like in football, the quarterback can get into a slump and get into his own head. Baseball, pitchers, batters, basketball with the shooting and the free throws. It's a little bit easier in those sports to pinpoint. It's a little bit easier in those sports to pick out, right? It's easier to be like, God damn, he in a slump right now. For me, it was more the mental makeup of how you're going to carry on the tough times with maybe a nagging injury or some pain or something like that. You had to figure out a way to fight through it and get through it. So I try to give athletes a break. I'm not one of them guys that try to come on like, man, dude's hot garbage. He's awful. I can't believe it. But when it comes down to what you do, because this is my whole thing, the team owners and GMs are about the team. Teammates should be about each other. Because at the end of the day, we both want the same thing. We want to win. We want to get our payday. Period. Point blank. That's what it is. And that's just real talk. So, like, whenever somebody say, big dog, I might hold out. Hey, man, get your bread, fool. Forget them. We'll be all right. Owner and then a family. Oh, my God, he's so selfish. He just wants more money because we know the longevity. We know the livelihood. We know that the opportunity to score that bag is short and small, that I got to secure it while I can. Yeah. So if that means I got to hold out to give me some bread, I have to do it. And that's the kind of I want to give Ben Simmons a chance in my mind, but then
the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, exactly. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. But the player in me to know what it takes when I saw the grinding of a Derrick Brooks and a John Lynch and a Warren Sapp and Chidi Hanatu, Steve White, Tyoka Jackson, Warwick Dunn, all to see the work that we all put in and how we went after. And I know it's a different sport. That's why we always say football is a gladiator sport. You got to have that mindset or you will not make it at all. If you don't have a killer mindset, you won't make it at all. I can't speak on the Ben Simmons mindset of what he has. But even the great basketball players I've had a chance to conversate, you look at what they call the Mamba mentality of a Kobe Bryant, playing with separated shoulders like you spoke on. When one arm is broke, shooting with the other hand and can keep making himself better.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you have got to decide that what you about when it comes down to the game. And I don't think Ben Simmons is right now about being the best at the game of basketball. It's more about how people perceive him, how they look at him. That's just what I get from it. And we ain't got to talk about Ben Simmons no more because he may or may not be the oh hell no this week on Big Game Sports Buzz.
but I'm not gonna sit there and call him the most pathetic.
Now, like I said, those words are rough, bro. Those are some rough words.
I've said some choice words of his actions and the way that.
And I think those are warranted.
I think
you're speaking on things that he showed us and he's portrayed to us. Stephen A. Smith seems.
But I'm not going to sit there and just call a dude pathetic because I mean, it's not like I could go over there and play Ben Simmons 1-on-1 and win.
Right.
I mean, I'm gonna just be honest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So in a nutshell, in the question, I'm gonna ask you this: did Stephen A. Smith take it too far in his comments and words?
All the time.
Because Jamie Foxx made a statement.
All the time.
And I gotta, all the time.
All the time. All the time. And you notice, and it's always black athletes.
Ooh.
Which makes me wonder, did ESPN pay him?
Is he putting on for the other side?
Did ESPN really just pay him to just attack black athletes like that? You know, I mean, what's that other dude, Jason Whitlock? I can't stand Whitlock. I will say it on the show. He's a coon. I've made
the comment that if I saw Jason Whitlock, we fighting on sight.
I think a lot of folks feel that way.
I've said that because not only that, I've seen him badmouth so many good people, and you could tell he's doing it to make a point. It's a lot of buffoonery that comes out of his mouth, man. And this is one thing about Big Game James Reed. And you've known me enough over these last 5 years to pretty much know that I'm not selling my soul for nobody. I'm gonna tell you what I think, whether you like it or not, whether we agree or not. We don't have to agree. But I'm not going to throw somebody else under the bus and sell my soul to make a point to be validated by somebody else. I will never ever do that. You ain't got to love me. You ain't got to watch me. You ain't got to listen to me. I definitely ain't going to sell my soul or sell people that I care about short to make a point to try to get a come up. Not going to do it. Not gonna do it. If I gotta do it free for the rest of my days on this earth, dog, I guess I'd just be doing it free. Jason Whitlock has found a place in his life, in his soul, to just say, F it. It don't mean that much to me. I'm gonna sell everybody short. I'm gonna throw you under the bus because it's about me. That's how he comes across. That's the kind of brother he seems like being.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think it's a lot of people that will feel the same way. You Jason Whitlock, I mean, if you really if you see him like at the restaurant, hey man, fuck you, bro. Just want to tell you that.
Real close. Hey, Whitlock, how you doing, man? Hey, hey, dog, I've been wanting to say this to you for a long time. Fuck you.
Yeah. You, dog.
Yeah, he that dude.
And I mean it. I mean that, dog. I mean that. You know what I'm saying?
Whitlock is that dude.
Stephen A. knows that he can pull people in by his antics and the way that he talks.
Right.
You know, he is very much an attention-getting guy, his personality and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I understand.
Y'all called it good, man, when y'all said clickbait. And, you know, the term is out there a lot now. A whole lot. And I never one time really thought, wow.
Yeah. He's definitely clickbait. Definitely. Yeah. I mean, I always see him attack. It's funny because I see him attack a lot of the black athletes. Anytime they do something, it's, you know, they get caught in messing with some weed, or stay off the weed and all that other stuff.
Right.
But he's quick to say that Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. Aaron Rodgers is a bad man.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's necessarily a black or white thing, but
But it's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. I see it too. I got you, man. No disagreements there at all, bro. At all.
So Stephen A. And I was like you. I used to watch him, and I was like, man, Stephen A. be on point. Not no more, bro. Not no more.
So, do you like to watch First Take or not?
I mean, when I catch it, but it's not one of them things that I just.
You ain't just dialing in to check it out and see it.
Shit, I'm more watching Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Hey, I need to get on their podcast, bro, and listen to that because they kick off some good stuff. They are very entertaining, dog. They do a good job, and shout out to my former teammate Keyshawn Johnson on that, man. Doing a good job. Doing a good job on that podcast, man. And
you were saying something, man, about you being on the D line, man, and how you guys can kind of get I guess how y'all can have bad games and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I know a quarterback can get analyzed by how he's throwing the ball, touchdowns, interceptions, and stuff like that. I think offensive linemen, they get analyzed by how they can protect, block,
right,
and stuff like that. And I'm looking at the defensive linemen, and do they mainly analyze those guys by how well they can get through the line and make plays? Because really, how often can the demon lineman just necessarily make plays in the NFL? Unless you got a run play coming through your gap.
Right. But it's all about alignment and assignment read a lot with D tackles and D linemen, D ends even. You hear that term all the time, set the edge.
Mm-hmm.
It's a term that's thrown out so much now. It's almost hilarious to where I was like, that's a new buzzword in the NFL that I believe that some analysts just learned not long ago, saying set the edge. But if you can't protect that outside on runs, if you don't set that edge to force stuff back inside, it can be exposed on film. If you're a one gap football player, meaning depending on like you're a 4-3 or a 3-4, but if you still like one gap, like I got one gap. Like when I was in Tampa, and that Tampa 2, that 4-3 front, even that over or under, I knew that if I was a 3 technique, most of the time I was going to be a B gap football player. Every now and then I might have a move, A gap. And for those who don't know, B gap is that gap between the guard and tackle. And A gap is between the center and the guard. And that's most of your nose and your linebacker on the other side of that A gap, on the backside A. So it's alignment assignment football, right? Depending on what they call, what gap you got to hit, what you got to cover. A lot of times you're not going to see it with the naked eye watching film, but in the meeting room, you can get exposed big time. Depending on what the play call was, if I feel the wrong gap, linebacker come falling behind me. Now we both getting washed down, hole open up. That runs getting to that third, not just that second level, but to that third level, which is now in the secondary. So those are ways that D linemen can have a bad game. And the way you might see it is like I know I mentioned to you before when we were doing Jill's point of view. My wife hated watching the game with me sometimes. So I might be like, man, look at this fool blow that gap and they doing this, and this. She's like, can you just watch the game? You ain't got to break it down like you in the meeting room. But you can see it real quick sometimes, but the camera goes so fast to follow the ball to where it's not like a big hit by a D lineman or a sack or a tackle for loss, like you said. It's usually overlooked by the naked eye, unless you're really watching like that game tape. Yeah, man. So, it's crazy, but it's ways, like sometimes like, God damn, like it's funny because after a play, you're like, damn, man, I peeked inside. I fell over into that goddamn A gap. He cut back in B. Shit, they got a first down. I know if when the play happened, like, damn, I peeked inside. Because you watch so much film sometimes, Reed, you sometimes know when plays are coming, and some of them are so similar by formation, you'll get caught guessing and you guess wrong. But the next time you guess and guess right, it's a tackle for a 3-yard loss in the backfield. So it's just like when that DB decides to jump that route because they've seen it on film and they know the tendencies of the combinations of routes that they run in certain formations on certain downs. Yeah. I'm going to jump it. Like Stephon did, like Diggs for the Cowboys. I said Stephon, my bad, but the other Diggs. Yeah. When he reads it right and jumps it right, it's a pick. When it's wrong, it looks like he's giving up just giant plays. But I told Jay Styles, we argued about it. I would never take away that aggressiveness that he has because he's a proven ball hawk. and he's able to do a pretty good job of capitalizing on guessing right. And that's really what it is, man. And football's a chess match. You know, you gotta be strategic with your moves. You gotta know when to take that guess. I gotta know when to jump that snap count. I gotta know, you know, an old trick that I used to have that I learned from Warren Sapp was I watched the quarterback hand under the center's butt when they were under center. When, you know, some of the quarterbacks dropped their hand down, as soon as it came back up, they about to lift and hike it. So as soon as the hand came back up, we was getting off the ball. And I was like, damn, they're getting off the ball fast. Shit, we got a key to read. We know when to get off because we see the center's hand. We see the quarterback's hand in the center's butt.
Oh.
Yeah, man, this is a game, bro. It's a straight game. It's a game, bro.
Who was y'all defensive captain, man? Who was the one that was calling plays for y'all on the D?
Well, you know, play was called in most time Brooks. Sometimes, but he was the wheel. For the most time, that Mike linebacker was your signal caller on the field. So it was like my first year there, it was Hardy Nickerson, and then it was Jamie Duncan after that. You know, they was gonna get the play from the sideline and verbalize it and call it. Then in the secondary, you know, you had Lynch making a lot of them calls back there to the other safety into the corners, doing their thing, man. It's just we talked on all three levels. Like even like on regular nickel situations, man, D-line, we had our own communication where it's like, hey, nickel, they called a secondary, we looked at the offensive front, and it was like, hey, if it wasn't a blitz, we were giving ourselves pass rush signals and calls that if I was out there with Sapp was gonna call it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we break it up by the right side, left side. So sometimes like Sapp and Steve White would be running one thing, or Sapp would go over there with Simeon, and I might be on the other side with Steve. Me and Steve look at each other. Me and Marcus Jones like, hey, run this. Now let's run this. Hey, try it. Let's set it up with this first. All right. We'll run it, set it up, boom. And then you got three levels of people calling three different things off of a base defense. But we were just that good on defense that we could do that. That it was nothing for us to just adjust on the fly. And that's why that defense was so damn good, man.
Okay, so it wasn't nothing. Okay, so that makes sense. So it wasn't nothing as simplified as how Madden makes it, because Madden is just like,
hey, the video game is so basic. It's simple.
You know what I'm saying?
So like we might have under Pirate 57. Under is talking to the defensive line. That's the front. So now if that tight end's to the right, we call him strong left. We're lining up opposite because this team might run most of their plays away from their tight end when it's run play. Pirate is telling you that it's going to be a line movement from your D lineman. Pirate is going to tell you that it's going to be the 3 technique and the 7 technique or 5 technique, depending on what they're in. But most times if we're in that under, it's going to be air 7. He's going to be outside the tackle. The end is. The 3 technique is over that guard. The nose on the backside is in that 1, and the other end is in a 5 or a 7. Most likely be 7. He's gonna be on the inside eye of the tight end. And the Pirates gonna tell you that that end and tackle on that underside is slanting inside, doing a quick go move inside. And then now if it's a pass, the nose is wrapping around for contain so they can flush that quarterback out. Or if it's a run, we all got a gap, and then that outside linebacker to that strength to the underside is reading that outside gap, replacing what our defensive end with. That's what I'm saying. That's how it go. And you're not gonna see all that on Madden. You know what I'm saying? You just
no, man.
You might get that overstorm 43. You know, something real simple, something real easy, man. But you know, it's intricate parts. But at the same time, that cover 2 defense was real simple. Because we didn't have a lot. We did have some zone stunts where safety would come and the end would drop. We ran a lot of zone dogs and we would run line stunts. But Monty Kiffin didn't like the blitz a whole lot. He did not like the blitz. We had our blitzes, but we used to have our Bostons, our Foxes, and different things we called it. And 1B, Boston, one coming from the boundary, F Fox, one coming from the field. While to your left side, you might be bringing your safety down to be lynched, that strong down in the box. Free safety still back playing pass. Defense lineman, depending on what side you were on, it was dropping. It was all kind of shit, dog. It was awesome.
I got a blitz, man. I like the blitz.
Blitzing is good, but at the same time, blitzing.
But it can get you caught up though.
Blitzing is also trying to sometimes surprise, but it's a lot of times you might not a lot. You might have a deficit up front that you're trying to make up for by bringing numbers to outmatch them, and you're hoping to get there with pressure, but you're putting a whole lot in your secondary. It all depends on your scheme and your philosophy and what you believe, and then the personnel you got to execute and carry out what's going on.
Personnel too. Yeah, you definitely.
Personnel is real big on that, man.
Personnel.
Like me personally, I know coaching at a young level right now. Sometimes to create the contact, I have to blitz, because if I sit them back and try to teach them just to read and scrape as backers and everything else, they sit back and they catch. The defensive linemen aren't as aggressive as they feel like as a reward if I call a blitz. In general, and really, I'm just trying to get your ass up that field about 2 yards so you can make that running back redirect, then we can rally to the ball. Yeah, it's easy. Speaking of rallying to the ball in NFL, man, what you think about this draft that's coming up in 2 days, bro? I know we did the mock draft a couple weeks ago.
Excited about it. I'm actually excited because of the mock draft, because I want to see where our picks ended up going.
How they line up to what?
Yeah, how do they line up to what? Yeah. I'm kind of be marking it off and saying that we got this one right, this one right. I'm actually gonna rewrite them. I meant to do that. I'm gonna rewrite it all.
I remember, and I tweeted that list and tagged you in it. So if you go back on my Twitter feed, if you need to get it and screenshot it, then you got the photo of it right there too, man. And it's. I honestly feel like, I don't know why, I feel like my pick of Kayvon Thibodeau with the #1 pick is going to happen, or Evan Neal, or offensive tackle. I don't know if Aiden Hutchins is dropping or if it just changed, but I know a lot of Kayvon Thibodeau news has been coming out lately that a lot of teams are hiring him now. I think the needs are crazy, and I think that we're going to see some trades happening, dog.
I've heard that too, though.
I feel like the Cowboys might move up, because supposedly they like Davis out of Georgia, the D-line. And to get him, they're not going to be able to get him at 17. Because we had him going 14. We had Jordan Davis going 14 to the Baltimore Ravens, remember? So if Dallas don't move up, I don't think he's there. Although I still think they can't go wrong. Offensive line and then defensive interior. If you can get Jordan Davis from Georgia, get him. If not, address your offensive line and get that defensive line you need maybe in that second round.
I would love to see Cincinnati move up from that 31 spot.
I don't think nobody going to swap places with Cincinnati, man. Unless, one of those teams with 2 picks might, but it's going to be hard.
That's what I'm saying.
It's hard to get rewarded those picks after you made that Super Bowl run. Nobody's trying to help you get better. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But I would love to see them move up and get like a Miles Gardner. Like I want to see them go defense. I know we can add one more offensive line, but I think you can get that probably like second round.
Yeah, you can get it. You want sauce?
I want to see them get either him or like Stingley or somebody.
Hey man, I think in our draft, if I remember right, Stingley went kind of late in our draft. I think he's gonna be gone, because I think I had Seattle picking him at 9.
Yeah,
something like that. But that's a damn good cornerback, man. Sauce Gardner, that's a great cornerback too out of Cincinnati, man. It's gonna be interesting. I can't wait to see it.
Yes, I'm a little interested to see where it happens, man.
But man, we getting close to the end, and I know we save time for that. Would you rather?
Yeah, man. I got a couple of them, man, for you.
Okay.
Scott's gonna be here, but it's good what it is, man. So here we go, man. Would you rather want to win the World Series or the Super Bowl? You gonna say Super Bowl?
Hey, you already know I'm gonna say Super Bowl, man, because I'm a football player and I never had a chance to do that. But real talk, man. Both of those moments seem like some of the biggest moments in sports, either championship. I could relate more to the accomplishment of winning the Super Bowl. So that's why I got to say Super Bowl on that. No diss to baseball, no diss to Major League, the MLB, but I relate more to that football side. Somebody said that Super Bowl.
The only thing about Super Bowl, about the NFL period, what I love about it most is it's win or go home. It's only one game when it comes to the playoffs.
Right.
It's win or go home. So you have to win it in order to get that championship. Basketball, baseball, even hockey, you get a best of 7 series. So even if you lose a game, you still got more games to play, more chances, to come back. But you have to win at least 4 games,
right,
to get that championship. With football, it's just one and done. Either you do it or you don't. So
right,
the amount of pressure that those guys have when it comes to that is it's totally like you have to be picture perfect, damn near picture perfect. Right. But it's usually the team that makes the least mistakes and stuff like that. And You can say it's the refs or however you want to call it, but yeah, man, I feel you on that. For me, I think I would say World Series.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you at all, dog. It's all good. I understand that. And you a baseball guy too. You're a baseball guy as well. So I feel you, man.
Would you rather play but always lose, or win but sit on the bench?
Oh, I've been in them situations, dog. From a professional level, you know, you play and you ball, you eventually get paid. Maybe you pick a team you can go to and win. I hate losing. I also don't like having to be patient getting into the league and wait your turn. I didn't like that either. Was it necessary? Probably, but I didn't like it at all. I didn't like having to sit and wait. Dan Reed, you hit me with a hard one on that one. I'm gonna say I would rather win and not play than play and always lose. I think if you win, it might make it a little bit easier not always being on that field or that court or that diamond.
Only thing about that is if I'm winning but I'm sitting on the bench, I feel like I didn't contribute.
You didn't do nothing to help. But see, this is how you gotta think. This you know how I think about that? You prepare for games in practice. And we sharpen our tools and our skills in practice. So if I don't make those guys in practice better, they're not going to perform for us to win in that game. You got to take something out of it to help you get through it, dog. You got to have something to help you get through it to maintain your sanity, Reed.
Yeah.
Because if not, you're going to lose that damn sanity. You're going to be like, God damn it, I can't do this. I'm just sitting here doing nothing.
Yeah. That would kind of get me, man. Me being a competitor, I'd rather play, but at the same time, I want to win.
I feel you, and it makes you feel like that. It makes you feel like damn, I ain't do nothing to help. But
that's what I'm saying.
But imagine that, boy, I balled my ass off. I had 10 tackles. Yep, and you still got beat by 2 touchdowns. Like, damn. You know, it's tough. That's a tough one right there, bro.
That would suck. Last one, man. Would you rather have a shoe or an award named after you?
Damn. How big is the award? You talking about like Heisman Trophy level award?
It's a significant award, I believe. Wouldn't just be any old award. Let's say defensive lineman of the year. CashApp award.
I'm gonna take the award because shoes are like a fad. They come and they go. An award is more prestigious. It's gonna last forever. Because you think about it, the Heisman, the Bolitnikov, those dudes are dead, and we still talk about those awards all the time. Give me the award over the shoe.
I got you. I'll probably say the same.
Yeah, give me the award over the shoe.
Yeah, most definitely.
Well, man, it's been another great Tuesday night. Big Game James, the musicologist A. Reed, the buff nerd J. Stoggs. You've been watching the Chop Shop. Hey, y'all, please make sure you tune into the Chop Shop and let us know what you think. If you didn't get a chance to catch us live, leave your comments still in the chat on YouTube or on Facebook as you go back and check out this podcast. Also, you can catch us on Apple Music, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, now on Amazon Music as well. So y'all go out there and check us out. If y'all need something to get you through your workout at the gym, throw us on. And then also you can go to Apple Music and get the musicologist A. Reed and put that on your playlist and keep bumping. He's taking pre-orders now for the new hit song Shawty, and it's coming out. Y'all make sure y'all check out the musicologist. It's fire, dog. It is really fire. So
much more to come. Man.
Yep. And so for A. Reed, I'm Big Game James. Thank you for tuning into the Chop Shop.